Hello, YouTube. It is June 30th, 2016. It's the end of the month. And y'all are getting a special for me because usually I only do, one video a week because these videos are long. 30 minutes long. Y'all usually used to get one for me. But once again, all this going on with society, I had to pop back on this darn on camera. As y'all can tell, I'm still in my beautician uniform. Can't even get through a whole day of work without having to darn on, get on this camera after work. But anyways, today we're here to talk on several topics today. Um, we're here to talk on, the Gay Lives Matter and this so-called Straight Lives Matter movement that is arising. We're also here to talk about Miss Coon, Stacy Dash, and Tomi Lahren. Yeah, I swear you speak the devil up and the devil will speak every time. Now, didn't I just get finished reading the fuck out of Tomi Lahren the last video? And it's my fault, and I admit this. I said I would love to hear what she said. You know what? Second thought, a bitch lied. I'd rather not to hear what she said. I'd rather she would have just stayed silent. I'd rather she would have just stayed silent and disappeared. Beehive, where is y'all at? Y'all managed to put several other people out of business. Y'all managed to put darn on Keisha Coleslaw out of business. Y'all put Sierra out of business, and she ain't never really came for Queen Bee like that. She paid homage to the Queen, and just because she didn't pay homage right, y'all done put her out of business. TLC, y'all put them out of business, and everybody else. Why is darn on blonde false Playboy Bunny giving wanna be a darn on journalist tease still talking? I mean, she's like one of them Playboy bunnies who can no longer work at the mansion because now they don't pass that thing a few months ago where now this the last issue of the new Playboy. They had Pamela Anderson for it, and now everybody else got to be clothed. We in this oversensitized society now where even the porn magazines got to have clothes on now. Pretty much you be better off looking at the Macy's magazines for you heterosexual men. So it's like, oh well, bitch, got to have another job. So I guess Tomi Lahren went from Playboy to want to be politically correct and all of this, and speak on stuff that she obviously don't know nothing about. She don't know nothing about the shit that she talks about. So let's go ahead and get Miss Blondie out the way. Pretty much, she went on here with her darn on sideways deflectiveness and her tirade and her one-sided knowledge. I do commend on her on knowing a little bit of her history, but I got to say this. Number one, what was you bringing up Democrats have to do with the topic at hand of police brutality? You trashed Jesse's speech. I guess you was bringing up Democrats in general because that's what Tracy Ellis Ross and everybody was speaking pretty much to vote for Hillary Clinton, which they have their right to the First Amendment free speech to say so. So who is you to critique who somebody's voting for and trash a whole party, especially knowing that you are on a network that is dominantly Republican, so your opinion is automatically going to be biased. So it's like, and then nobody asks for your opinion. You pretty much called the darn going. You pretty much called the man a racist, which is once again politically incorrect. Because a racist will apply that his race will be of some sort of superior complex to that of the white person that is oppressing his culture. For him to be racist, he would have to feel that black people are at a more superior level in society on an economic standard than that of the white person. So you can say that he's prejudiced. He may have had some prejudiced views from your perspective, but you cannot outright lie and say he's racist when there is no way in hell that a black person or a biracial person, no matter how light skinned you is, will ever have a systematic oppression, a systematic advantage over anybody that is white, especially somebody that is pale as you with this darn on Playboy bunny blonde hair. So tell me, how do you feel that he is racist? Do you feel that he can be at a more economic advantage than you, my dear? Then quit speaking on stuff that you really don't know about. Why do you keep speaking on Black Lives Matter and causes that you do not take time to research? You take time to research stuff that works for your argument, but you don't, you're very biased. You don't take time to, research the full argument. Because my thing is this: while you're bringing up darn on white Southern Democrats who were against the end of slavery back in pre-slavery days, which was pretty much a jab at darn on Tracy Ellis Ross, in my opinion, because Tracy Ellis Ross was the one that admitted that, who outright said that we should vote for Hillary Clinton. And we know you're a Trump supporter, but my thing is this: who hates on darn on Tracy Ellis Ross? Like, you got to be a real disturbed individual to hate on America's sweetheart. Because Tracy Ellis Ross is pretty much like Felicia Rashad. She's like a Jill Scott. She's a black person that nobody generally doesn't, hate on. You don't have people who say, I can't deal with Tracy Ellis Ross. Like, I can see that for somebody who has more of a sassy, urban, ghetto, perceived ghetto personality, like a Tisha Arnold, a Loretta Devine, or somebody like that. But Tracy Ellis Ross, like, you really got to be a disturbed individual, black, white, Indian, Hispanic, indifferent, to hate on Tracy. And my thing is this: a white Southern Democrats, pre-slavery days. But I could have sworn Hillary Clinton was born in Chicago, Illinois. Hillary Rodham Clinton was born in Chicago, and I do believe 1947. Outside of slavery, so I don't know why we're bringing up slavery on that. Furthermore, even if we was to count slavery, Chicago is located in the northern part of the United States, where slaves, moseyed on to the North Star through the underground to get to places like Chicago and New York and everything else that were considered free states. There may have been, Jim Crow laws in those states, but still we wasn't getting beat up and ripped and darn on tortured for just looking at people in their eyes and saying hello. And, just because we said hello with full eye contact wrong, we get whipped down into the darn on ground. We didn't pick enough weight of the darn on cotton, so we done got 50 darn on lashes, or every lashing for a pound of cotton that we did not pick correct. All that shit was not going on in Chicago. So your darn on your deflective statement on that was further invalid. Pretty much, I just want you to sit down, Tommy. We've had enough of you. I mean, the Fox network cannot even, y'all flip-flop on every motherfucking thing. Y'all can't even stand in unity on y'all disdain for shit. You trying to sound all politically correct with the shit, and then you have coon-ass Stacy Dash come right behind you on the same network as you, on Fox Network, saying that he's a plantation slave, Jesse James is a plantation slave, and a spew of other insults. So, how come you didn't get your girl pie together? She works on the same network as you. She's putting down a darn on black person, and you ain't saying nothing. Because my thing is this: we shouldn't see color. And as a beautician who specializes in aesthetics, how much melanin that somebody may have in their skin due to the overproduction of tyrosine synthesis, which gives me a Fitzpatrick level 5 skin color, should not be a predeterminant of how you treat somebody. I don't care if you are Fitzpatrick 1 with blonde hair like yourself, or Fitzpatrick level 5 with jet black hair like myself. We should all be treated equally without, predeterminant of skin color. But, when it comes to certain racist cops, it's not perceived like that. Because as soon as I get loud and cussing, we get kicked in the face. We get drugged out the car. We ain't even reaching for nothing. We ain't reached at the officer most of the time. And we getting beat down into the ground. We getting tased and everything else. But when you have a white individual who goes into a church of worship where you had 9 black people get killed, and he gets walked out peacefully in handcuffs like it's an episode of Darn on Criminal Minds, there's a problem. When you can have somebody commit a massacre of over 9 people, and he gets kindly escorted out, yet you have a black person who just mouthing off in they darn on car saying, I know what my fucking rights is. And next thing you know, she gets a punch to the face and gets thrown out the darn on car. There's a problem. You can see why black people have had enough. We've had enough of being treated unfairly. And we've had enough of just selling for the old Negro spirituals. Because it seems like when it comes to Black Lives Matter, You're peaceful with the Martin Luther King movement, where you can ignore the way by the water, way by the water. It's okay if we just singing old Negro spirituals like the Vice Show would say. And I agree to disagree with him on certain subjects. I don't agree with some of the stuff that he says, but he was right on that. As long as we singing old Negro spirituals, you don't have nothing even to acknowledge. Like Beyonce, you didn't even acknowledge that at the beginning of the Formation video, which you had all this shit to talk about months ago, about her paying homage to the 50th anniversary of the Black Panthers, and you wish that she would have did Martin Luther King instead on the anniversary of the Black Panther movement, and also at the Super Bowl where Michael Jackson previously performed, who was one of her idols. You didn't even acknowledge when she came to the beginning of Martin Luther King's speech, where he pretty much stated that we should all walk in unity, regardless of colors. Our white brothers and sisters, our black brothers and sisters should walk down the street in peace. You didn't even really touch on that. You went straight for the darn on this thing. Another thing where I can't take you seriously. You trashed everybody's personal speech of Tracy Ellis Ross and everybody else supporting Democrats, pretty much mentioning how white Southern Democrats are racist. But you you never said nothing about, Designer Panther. I mean, you want to trash Beyonce on, empowering her women, empowering black women, empowering, suffrage of black people overall, the police brutality. What else was in the video that was just overall influential video of cultural awareness of black people, of women empowerment, of the Hurricane Katrina. That's what I was trying to get at. Hurricane Katrina. You ain't have no good words to say. You had nothing but trash. But then the song that follows up from Beyonce is none other than Designer Panther talking about he has bras in Atlanta, and I got bras in Atlanta. I got bras in Atlanta. Shaking like he's coming off a darn on cocaine high. You ain't had shit to say about him. You don't have shit to say about nobody who's perpetuating stereotypes that keeps black people down, but you want to talk shit about people who are raising awareness for black people to lift ourselves up. You see how we don't take you seriously? In your whole argument, you wanted to bring back slavery. You want to talk about slavery Southern Democrats wanting slavery, but you ain't talk about modern day darn on times where you got people like Designer Panther following up a darn on Formation video, which uplifts darn on women, uplifts black women, and you talking about darn on you got bras in Atlanta, cocaine and drug deals. You could talk about darn on Jay-Z because he's the husband of darn on Beyonce, but you couldn't bring up darn on Designer Panther talking about he got bras in Atlanta on the BET Awards, which supposed to be standing for bringing everybody together. So once again, we can't take nothing from you seriously. And then you have Coon Scott darn on Stacy Dash calling darn on people coons and shit, and she's the darn on biggest coon. She is a darn on coon who belongs right in the darn on trash can. Spear that garbage on your own trash can. We're not entertaining you, and that's pretty much what Fox News is. For the exception of the Wendy Williams show, I don't fuck with Fox. I can't take nothing that y'all do seriously with no more. Y'all can't give a fair, impartial judgment or opinion without being totally darn on one-sided and right-wing. And as a darn on independent, I can't fucks with y'all. Not all Republicans are bad, but damn near every Republican on that Fox News is bad. Y'all are the few that tarnish the name of the many. Just like there are a few darn on crooked cops that tarnish the name of many good cops that do defend our country and do defend citizens of assaults and everything else. Y'all motherfucking crooked Republicans are no different. Some of y'all on that Fox network. Not all Republicans see like this. Hell, I think we even got a gay Republican. But y'all motherfuckers on Fox Network, we can't take nothing from y'all serious. Nothing. Nothing from that show we can take seriously. Not even Empire. Empire perpetuates darn on every negative black stereotype in the darn on book. The only thing I'm watching really is darn on Wendy Williams. How you doing? And then you can't even have darn on take her seriously because it feels like everybody on Fox got to make some sort of jab at Beyonce. Except Wendy Williams learned her lesson back in 2012. So every time she make an insult, she always got to sugar it down with You know how she loves Beyonce and do the all 5 minute darn on speech how much she loves them before she goes into her tirade of damn gone insults. So that is it on you. I'm through with you. I'm through with Stacy Dash. I'm through with the whole Fox network except for Wendy Williams. I don't even think I can even look at darn on Empire no more. I don't even think I'm going to even be tuning in for season 3 on Fox. I'd rather watch it online. I'm going to have to find a darn on illegal site or something because I'm not supporting that network as long as it's motherfuckers like you. I mean, where is darn on Elizabeth Hasselbeck? Like, where's my Elizabeth Hasselbeck? Wasn't she on Fox and Friends? Now, I can fuss with Elizabeth Hasselbeck, but this darn on Tomi Lahren, if you ever come across this, I'm not for you. I'm not for you. Now, I'm not against Republicans, but I'm against Republicans who are more sound mind, who are more for equality, who are more for, not seeing color. Elizabeth Hasselbeck, she had her strong views or whatever on The View, but she can converse with Whoopi Goldberg as a darn on person and not as a darn on color. I can't see you conversing with anybody of color without just looking at my darn on skin as a predeterminate. So have several seats, Tomi Lahren. Another thing, let me take my darn on soda right quick. We're going to get this darn on straight pride movement together. A little side note, y'all. Excuse me if y'all see me smacking throughout this video. Y'all know I've been feeling lightheaded when I do my videos because I have to work so early in the morning. So I do got my veggie chips with me. My vegan veggie chips. That way I don't pass out on this camera. But anyways, now let's get this darn on straight pride movement together. If Tomi Lahren and that darn on cooing darn on Stacy Dash wasn't enough, now you have motherfucking racist white people. No, not racist white people. This is an overall general issue. I was about to go somewhere else. That's a video for a whole nother day. But you have darn on homophobic people that came out with a darn on straight pride month. Now, I thought the purpose of Pride Month was to celebrate the overcoming of struggles the struggles that you have gone through in your history of being at an economic and a systematic advantage from that of the white man. Why do we have a straight Pride Month? Gay people, we have been considered less than animals up until 2015. Animals can marry in 33 states, but two gay people marrying was too much for y'all. We have been whipped. We have been, well, not whipped, but we have been beaten. We have been killed. We might as well say whipped with some of the belts that some people got hit with. If you live in a black community, that dang on belt can feel like, especially them dang on switches, can feel like a whip. Just for being who we are. And, during Gay History Month, Gay Pride Month, which is, Gay History Month, these motherfuckers want to create darn on straight pride trending on darn on Twitter. Now, this shit is just saying. We can't even have a month to ourselves without y'all making an anti-something. We can't have a Black Lives Matter without y'all motherfuckers making White Lives Matter. We can't have a Black History Month without y'all trying to make a White History Month. We can't even have a darn on Gay Pride Month without y'all motherfuckers want to darn on create a darn on straight Pride Month. And then y'all saying, well, we have the right to our own thoughts and opinions too. Yes, you do. But no, what you don't have the right to do is have your thoughts while simultaneously trying to oppress minds at the same time. It's one thing for you to have your thoughts and, do your thoughts or whatever. But don't be doing it as a darn on systematic tactic to try to weaken my cause at the same time. That's that shit we can't deal with. I'm not here with people and then they try to deflect and say, well, we have the right to say this and all lives matter. Well, yes, all lives do matter. But when you have black people getting killed at a rate of 500 to 1 of a white person, obviously some people forget that black people are included in that all lives matter. So we got to highlight that we are in this shit too. So black lives matter. We got to put an emphasis on black lives because it seems like since we are too rich in chocolate for you to see, It seems like we got to put an emphasis so you can see that we matter too. Not just white people, not just Native American people that some of y'all try to fake like y'all can be because y'all know damn well y'all fucked up the darn own land that you oppressed from the Native Americans. So half of y'all faking like you darn on Cherokee this, Cherokee that, don't even know nothing of the darn on history of it. Ain't even know no for you can't trace nothing back. Um, but that's a whole nother video too. But yeah, I'm just sick of this. We have straight. I mean, seriously, straight. I thought it was a joke. When I looked at Twitter, I thought it was a joke. These motherfuckers are really trying to come up with a straight Pride Month. Tell me when have straight people ever felt inferior to a gay person? Tell me when has straight people ever felt that gay people was going to be the reigning darn on queens and kings of America over straight people? When have you ever seen more gay people on darn on TV in, unstereotypical roles than, straight people? I don't see a majority of gay people on darn on, General Hospital. I don't see a majority of darn on gay people on Empire or on darn on the news or on, any other network or television show. And even when we are there on there, we are portrayed in a darn on negative light or we're portrayed by a darn on straight male, whether it be Martin Lawrence or Eddie Murphy or the guy that played Holiday Heart. We are the darn we get used and everything else. We only get used as the makeup artist and the beautician, the darn on beautify people. But when it comes to roles, we can't even play our damn selves. You have a darn on Martin Lawrence and a darn on uh Eddie Murphy who can play a feminine gay person other than somebody who's a feminine gay 24/7. I mean, that's about the same as darn on when you have a darn on exotic looking darn on light skinned racially bigots person can play a dark skinned African before somebody who's actually dark skinned can play it. Like, you look at me, picture me with long platinum blonde hair. Don't I look more like the accurate representation of Storm than somebody who looks like they're a combination of Filipino and black? When you look at Storm, you see somebody who's 5'10", who has an athletically curvy built frame, who has mile long legs. You look at Holly Berry, you look at that other girl, Alexandra Shipp. Both of them are no taller than 5'4" on their best day. Even at six, I mean, it takes them to have 6-inch heels on to be 5'10". Short legs, no curvy frames at all. I don't see curves when I look at Holly Berry or darn on Alexandra Shipp. I see a solid built figure. I see a solid, decent sized figure. I see pale, and then that's a whole. And once again, that's another topic. I'm just generalizing everything today. Well, summarizing. I'm not generalizing like darn on Tomi Lahren. But that's my thoughts today. This is just saying we got to get over this shit. I mean, straight Pride Month. Tomi Lahren still on TV relevant. And darn on Stacy Dash, we just retiring your ass. Who in the fuck cares what Stacy Dash has to say anymore? When's the last time that bitch has actually been on? I mean, you have become the darn on political version of Azalea Banks. You only darn on relevant when you talking shit. Can you actually make a darn on movie anymore? Can you actually report something that don't stem from a racist point of view or calling somebody outside the names? And then you have Tomi Lahren talking about when black people do it, it's wrong. Then, you have somebody on, I mean, when, we talk about white people is wrong, but you have a darn on black person on there, you ain't checking them. You ain't checked darn on Designer Panther for perpetuating darn on drug deals, but you wanted to get on darn on Jay-Z for darn on doing it 30-some years ago. We have an 18-year-old who's been trending on Billboard for, 8 weeks at #1 for Designer Panther, yet a darn on video of women empowerment, of, recognizing Hurricane Katrina, recognizing, the loss of the Trayvon Martins and the Tamara Rice and the Sandra Blands and the Michael Browns, only top #6. But it's once again a song that perpetuates Bras in Atlanta being #1 multiple weeks for about 8 weeks in a row. This is where we have come as a darn on society. where anybody who tries to become now politically conscious and y'all want to say, well, she ain't no darn on Lauryn Hill and she ain't no Jill Scott. Well, guess what? She's doing it now. And y'all want to trash the only person who's really doing it, for the exception of Kendrick Lamar. But she's the only female doing it. But y'all will put work, 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 and Bronze in Atlanta at #1 all day long. This is where we have come as a people. And it's just saying. So once again, I would love to hear y'all thoughts. Leave it in the comment section. Once again, I don't mean to come off too much as a darn on, prune, old school or whatever, but it just is what it is. I mean, I'm just sick of it. I mean, it's sad, but somebody got to report it. Whether it's 10 views, 100,000 views, 1,000 subscribers, 1,000,000 subscribers. I feel that I just got to be the voice of reason in this little bit of YouTube space, because nobody, I feel that we are hopping around and sugarcoating shit. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, feel free to leave y'all comments, thoughts, suggestions in the comments box below. Feel free to like this video if it was helpful to you. Make sure to share on all your social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere you can. And I will see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.